Marc Cenedella is president and CEO of theladders.com. That's an online job site that caters to jobs for those people earning $100,000 a year and up. He says the unemployment rate actually dropped in October for white-collar workers with college degrees. Marc joins us now with his reaction and job market outlook. Welcome to you, Marc. Great to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so first your reaction to the overall print on unemployment for October, 10.2%, and then we'll break it down for your expertise.
Yeah, it's disappointing to see it go up to 10.2. We'd really seen a slowdown in the increase where it was going up a tenth of a point each month. So we really kind of hoped that we had crested. To see it jump up to 10.2 is obviously a setback for everybody.
But skilled workers, the workers you look for jobs for, actually the unemployment rate dropped. What happened there? Why?
There are two groups that dropped for. It's folks with college degrees. It actually dropped to 4.7%, and people with management, professional jobs, actually the unemployment rate dropped to also, as it happens, 4.7%.
Is that a result of firms over-firing during the height of the recession? Why is that?
I think we're seeing companies hire back in the fall here as they have cut so much in 2008 and 2009. It's been a consistent theme that we've seen that looking to 2010, they're saying, we have cut everything we can. We really need to find some way to grow in 2010. So it might be a few divisions or a few initiatives that we're investing in rather than all the way across the board. But we do see companies investing in high-end workers.
So talk about business at theladders.com. Are you having more people subscribe right now? What is your subscription fee, by the way?
At The Ladders, it's $30 a month or $180 a year to get access to all the job listings and all the recruiters on our site. Okay, and so we're seeing consistent consistent sales for our product because layoffs are continuing. And
are the people who are subscribing actually, are there enough jobs for them? Who, you know, where is the balance? Are there subscribers up here and the job openings down here, or is it closer to even?
That's the funny thing. Even in a recession, a lot of hiring transactions are going on. So in our particular market, it's typically about 4 million hires in a year. In a boom year, it goes to 4.4 million. In a recession year, it goes to 3.5, 3.6 million hires. So that's definitely down. But still, it's 3.5 million hires. So there are a lot of hiring transaction going on. But what you see, because of the fewer number of jobs, that the length of time to find a job increases from 6 to 8 months to 7, 8, 9, 10 months on average.
One of the sub-reports in today's unemployment reading is the temporary workers rose by 34,000, which is better than expected. So first, do you view that as a leading indicator, and do you serve any of the temporary market?
No, if you're temporary and you're over $100,000, so you have to be getting paid $50 an hour. So actually, some specialists.
Quick math. That was really quick math.
Some specialists do make over $50 an hour. Computer programmers, things of that nature. But it's interesting. So temporary workers improved, but people without college degrees, people with only a little high school, and most hourly workers saw the unemployment rate increase.
Because unemployment overall is so steep right now, because we're above 10%, are you seeing a jump up in business? Perhaps people are signing up for service who don't necessarily fit the criteria of the jobs that are looking to hire workers, but people are acting out of desperation. I hate to say it.
Actually, people look for jobs in both markets, whether it's a bust or a boom. In a bust, people are afraid for their job and are looking for a little bit of an insurance policy. In a boom, people come to the ladders because they're looking for the next best thing for them out there. So we actually see business fairly consistent through both sides of the economic cycle.
The other interesting, well, I don't want to call it bright spot, maybe a very dim bright spot with the jobs report today. Average hourly earnings rose. They're still weak year over year, and you have increasing productivity too, right? So does that mean that we could have higher paychecks? Those of us who are fortunate to be working, will that mean that paychecks could grow?
Higher productivity numbers mean that you're going to have to speak faster on Bloomberg in order to get more news out.
I already do speak too quickly from what I'm told.
It's interesting because companies are really keeping the number of workers to
lean and mean.
Yeah, to a lean and mean level. You are seeing people getting paid more per hour because they're more productive per hour. And I think that will continue. And
in our remaining time, Marc, I'm curious about the proposals by the Fed, Paymaster Ken Feinberg. I'm sure you've been keeping a close eye on that. How's that affecting business? Are you having people call up, in fear because it's going to really lower the salary cap for a lot of people looking for jobs?
Right. So at the Ladders, really, we're 100K to 500K. So people at the Ken
I didn't
Feinberg
realize
level,
that was the cap.
It's not a cap, but just north of $500,000 a year tends to be a different type of position than we customarily deal with. But we do hear from people at those TARP-affected institutions that maybe aren't even in the top 200 that Feinberg is regulating, that, well, if my boss's boss is getting his salary capped, then eventually my boss is going to get a salary capped, and eventually these pay limits are going to filter down to me. So we do see that.
All right, Mark, got to leave it there. Thank you so much for coming in today. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.